Hey, English 102, welcome to week 4. Let me first start off by saying it was really nice to get to talk to so many of you in your conferences last week. Thank you for jumping in with me. Sometimes getting started on the project is just the hardest part. So I'm glad we were able to talk about your research questions and kind of course correct for some of you on where you're going this semester in your projects. With that said, we're moving on to primary research this week. So let's get started. All right, so as always, each week we're starting right here on our calendar. You'll see the very first thing I want you to do is to watch the video that kind of overviews what you should have read in your book about the difference between quantitative and qualitative research. Both are required for this course. Of course, our qualitative research is going to be things that we do in depth, where our quantitative research are really things that we're doing when we're looking at data in terms of numbers. So I want you to kind of understand the difference between those. Beyond that, you'll see the next video is all about data collection because that is the primary research that you're going to do. You'll be doing a survey to meet the quantitative research requirement and an interview to meet the the qualitative research requirement. Beyond that, you have to read chapter 6, which is what our discussion board is over this week. So just like last week, it'll be annotations that you made, notes to yourself while reading that chapter and discussing them with your classmates. Beyond that, this week, as I said in our introduction a couple of seconds ago, we're moving on to our primary research. So you'll need to sign up for your research conference, which will take place at the beginning of next week. In this conference, we will go over your plans for who you plan to survey and why. What is your focus group? How do you plan to reach them? Even looking at sample questions and who you plan to interview. Why? What gap? What information do you think that they will fill for you in terms of your needs for this project? Is that going to be in terms of their experience, their opinion, their observations? What is it that makes them someone you think can add meaningfully to your topic? And again, how you plan to go about that in terms of the locality and physical, requirements of it. It does not have to be an in-person survey, but how you plan to get the logistics done. And then last, before your conference, I'm asking that everybody come into our primary research planning document, which I'm going to open up here, and fill out one row in this document, okay? This is what it looks like. As it says, be prepared to kind of explain your thoughts out loud in your conference. And then you're just going to come in and say, hey, this is the law or policy that I'm working with. This is the question that, we refined in our conference that I'm doing. Briefly telling kind of what you're doing, how you plan to survey, your research mode, and then what are your quantitative methods? How do you plan to interview? How is that going for you? And you'll see I even have a couple of examples in here kind of for you to work with. And with that said, that's it for week 4. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email me. See you in your conferences.